Um, I'm back to streaming on late hours, apparently.
Game started.
And here's the first game. Let's try to climb to 2450. Playing against Czech and using the first 10 seconds to my favor, so I can relax before the game starts.
Check.
We have the main French Vinaver if he plays Queen c7 or c takes d4. That's also referred to as the Vinaver, if I'm not wrong. Now bishop g5, rook f7, queen h5 and queen d1. Queen a5 is the main move. Now there's bishop d2, queen d2, and there is also a rare move, knight f3. Not sure which one to pick, actually. Let's try knight f3 on this game. He cannot take because bishop d2, and that is what was recommended by Nagy in his book. Yeah, this is probably the main move. But for some reason I don't really remember the line. So I would assume that short castle would be the move. But knight e5 also makes sense. Knight e5, and if rook moves back, then the knight is hanging. I guess it's a little bit more concrete. So I'm winning an exchange almost. Now rook g7, that's interesting. Okay. So I'm guessing if I castle I kind of force him to take on c3, which looks like a good tempo. And I don't think I have something much better to do, because if I play bishop f6, queen c3 check is slightly annoying. So let us castle. Queen takes. Okay. At least it's not with check. So now, what is he threatening? Of course, I'm 2 pawns down, don't have much time. I don't think he's threatening much, so I'll take the exchange finally. He has to... No, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's take it. Seems like he has enough compensation, to be honest, but... Well, that's what I got. Now e5 is annoying if I let him have it, so I play f4 against it. And now I need to find some good squares for my pieces. Let's start with the rook. Rook lift. Probably he wants some knight a5. But I don't... Okay, queen e1, so I have queen e5 check in case he does it. I'd really like to have a rook lift at some point, if I can. But I don't know how. Bishop moves and rook h3 is my dream. Let's see if the stream actually works and people can hear me. I don't have much time though. Okay. So with that time situation I prefer not to exchange queens. So I'll have some chance for checkmating. Otherwise I would lose on time. Okay, he'll repeat once. Now he wants to win, obviously. How about bishop b5? Trying to simplify a bit. 20 seconds, okay. Let's be quiet.
Time warning.
Rook h3 is coming. It's not too dangerous though, he has h5. Simply lost after d3, but what can I do? I have to play something. Now d2. Yeah, that's very sad.
Check.
Don't even have a chance. Ah, nice. Nice move. Okay, I think it's time for me to resign. Let's see if the
White
stream
resigns.
actually works. We have some viewers. Okay. Seems like the
Game
stream
started.
is working from my end. Okay, let's play against Grandmaster TGA 1984. Seems like a strong player from the UK. Oh, he wants to play the ending. That's a tricky ending to be playing. No, I always forget whether I should take or not. Let's try to take. Bishop d6 is a useful move, usually in this position. And then I have to be precise with the knight, whether I go to e7 or f6. It's hard to say. Okay, let's put it on e7. Now if I castle, he wants bishop g5. So, and taking here doesn't seem too dangerous. So I castle short. This makes sense to me. Now if he takes, I take on f3 and double the rooks. Otherwise I would just go knight g6. Okay, now he has to take. If you say A, then you must say B. Otherwise you just fixed my pawn structure. Stream goes off and on, some people say. Well, it's not in my power to control it right now. But I'll try to close some tabs. Let's see if it will help. Okay, so I'm playing for activity. I'm going to give the b7 pawn, double the rooks, and try to get something going. Now I have the chance for rook f7, but I think I prefer to just go for the initiative somehow. Okay, take. But then after rook b7 he has rook d1 and rook d7 coming. That might have been a mistake. Rook f7 was probably the best way to defend. But it's too late. So let's see. Okay. So I'll try to be. Doesn't make sense though, but I have to do something. Rook e8 and knight f8. Again, no time left. I don't know if the video is working. It seems like it's buffering like it used to. Closing Skype. Maybe it will help.
Check. Time warning.
No time. Wish I could have the... Oh, the donation goal also doesn't seem to work for some reason. Ah, it's right here, huh? I thought it was somewhere else. Okay. Yeah, this way it doesn't block the opponent's name. Okay, I have to push the h-pawn before I lose on time.
Check.
Ten seconds, oh my god. That's ridiculous.
Check.
He's thinking for so long.
Check. 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 Black forfeits on time.
At least I had a winning position at the end. Oh, okay, so I don't know what I can do with the stream. Whether it's still buffering or not, let me know. I'll quickly check the settings. They're just the same as they were on the last stream when it actually did work, so I don't know what else to do. It says that the stream health is fine, so I'll just continue and okay, so now I better focus on the actual games and play quickly from the start. So I take the usual 10 seconds to relax, breathe in. Okay. This sound in the background is from the radiator. G5, interesting move. Reminds me of some game by Fischer. I don't remember what's the best way to counter it, but I guess this makes some sense. Put the knight on G3. Because my knight on D2 still didn't move to C4, so now it controls some squares. And the question is, how can I proceed? I want to get the other knight to F5. I don't know if it makes sense, but I guess I'll try. Seems like a long shot, but we'll see. Okay, now we can take. That's a good exchange for me, as far as I can tell. This bishop on G4 is usually not a superstar. Another option was probably H3, and after 95, 93. I guess it's better when I have more space not to exchange pieces, but I was a little bit afraid from some form of dynamic play for my opponent, so I just want to get a knight on F5 as quickly as I can and take it from there. Now he's threatening queen takes F5, but if I develop the bishop he can take on D2. Yeah, taking on g7 makes the most sense to me. And maybe even b3 if king takes, because I have bishop b2 checked later if he takes my rook. Another option is obviously bishop d2, bishop c3. I don't know which square is better. Forgot to mention I'm a little bit off the weather in the past week, but you can probably hear it through my voice.
Server announcement.
Okay, so he wants to get b4 in and annoy my bishop. I prefer to avoid it, so usually when the opponent wants to play some move, if I can make the same move myself, it's almost certainly a good move, at least positionally speaking. Of course, tactically it can fail. Okay, now d6 is a weakness, I would say. b5 is slightly weak. Bishop c3 is in the air, to which you will have to play knight e5 sooner or later. Yeah, okay, let's play a4. Rook takes e4. I have bishop c3. Seems about right. It's not winning for me, but looking good.
Server announcement.
Okay, this time I'm finally leading on time. Thankfully, I focused on the actual game. Should continue the trend. Okay, so let's play this, but then he's putting some pressure on me. I have to take here. Okay, now where do I put my pieces? Let's put the queen on a3. Wants to take on e4, I assume. Let's go here. He still takes on e4. I don't have much time left. Let's go e5 and see what he does. Okay, d1. He can move the knight back actually. Okay, this is also looking good for him.
Time warning.
Queen a1. Queen b2. I anticipate f6. And wasted all my time.
Check.
Queen b5. Kind of attacking some rooks, but not really. Only one rook. Okay, so I have to play quickly. Bishop e5 on almost any move. Should probably pre-move it with 10 seconds. Take a risk. And g3 and h3 looks good. Oh, he gave me the rook. Okay. Should be enough time to win.
Check. Check.
Okay. The
Check.
famous stairs mate.
Checkmate.
Alright. With 2 seconds and 45 tenths, hundreds of milliseconds, I should say. Yeah. Being both sick and tired doesn't do much with my vocabulary. Okay, so let us see. Normally I would analyze the game afterwards before I start a new game, but oh man, seems like the stream is offline all of a sudden, like I'm facing some issues, and it still says that the stream health is fine. That's ridiculous. What's going on? It's supposed to work. Okay, whatever. So as I was saying, normally I would analyze more when I have good internet, lots of energy and time on my side, but since I want to get to 2450 with the small amount of time I have before I probably pass out and fall asleep, and I prefer to focus all my energy on playing as many games as I can. So I'll try to do most of the commentary while I play. So this is the reverse Maroczy, I should say, with e5 and c5 here, controlling white from ever pushing d4. Now he's threatening b4, and now I'm playing this rook b8 move. The key is tactical here, that if b4 takes, bishop takes, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, queen a4 check, knight c6, bishop c6, bc6, my bishop on b4 won't be hanging because the rook protects it. Now he renews the threat of b4 and I have to protect e5 in order to release my knight from his duty to protect it. And now he played it nevertheless, which is slightly weird. I guess he's going to push d4 next, but it doesn't look that scary because the knight is hanging on c3. So I assume that his main idea is that if I castle next, he wants to play rook takes b4 followed by queen b3 check. And then if I go knight d5, he has e4 coming. So before I castle, it's probably a good idea to play bishop e6 to avoid any tricks. And I think that should stabilize my pawn advantage. But in this particular case, I think I can even do it immediately because he has no e4 coming. I don't see. e2, e4 will not trap my knight with the pin after rook b4, knight b4, queen b3. So I'll be in time to play king h8. Okay, now still no threat, so I guess a5 is a good move to stabilize my position. Healthy pawn up. I have to keep up with the clock, but other than this, I feel like I'm doing very well. So both b6 and c5 were slightly weak, so I decided to reinforce these squares. I expect him to attack my knight somehow, and unfortunately I cannot play bishop b7 because b6 is hanging. Queen d7 looks like a useful move, but then rook c1. So moving the knight seems like the good backup plan. And moving this knight to d5. Now the bishop is ready to develop either to e6 or somewhere else. This is a weird move, but I guess it makes some sense. Now he has the b3 and c4 has some potential check, but I have a pawn up and a pair of bishops, and now he didn't even want to fix his pawns. Okay, I'll just play king h8 to be safe from the check, and seems like my position should be significantly better if I'm able to consolidate. So it's just about taming his activity from now on, which is not necessarily an easy task with this time control. I don't see a particular threat by my opponent, so I think I can even take and go knight d5. Looks really nice. Okay, let's do it. He has to move back from the 7th rank, or rook a7 actually. Now knight c6 is quite a threat. So instead of taking the pawn, how about rook b7? You're offering the exchange of rooks. Even bishop b7 was interesting, but this feels like it leaves less pieces hanging because I have a tempo on the rook. Yeah, still something is a little bit hanging. This is forced, but I'm getting there. Oh, actually the knight was hanging. Oh my god, I could have just captured it. Okay, if I go rook b8, I don't see why I should lose. And I still have all the trumps of my position, even though I didn't take a hanging knight in the previous move. Yeah, that's tough. Okay, let's take a pawn and offer the exchange of the bishops. Yeah, he's very active bishop. So, good chances for me to
Check.
convert the 2 pawns advantage. As far as I see, this is a window for the king, plus protecting the knight in case it's necessary. Wanted to prepare rook e8. Now let's go knight c4, threatening knight d2 check. And he missed it.
Check.
So I think it's pretty much game
Server
over.
announcement. Check. Time warning.
Okay, let's exchange one pair. Pin the other knight. Don't think he's in time to
Check.
stop me from queening.
Check. Check. Checkmate.
Alright. That was a good game.
Game started.
Let's hunt the 2450 mark as quickly as I can.
Check.
I'm not going to stay here all night. I'm going to probably stop streaming in like half an hour if I'm not making it. Unlike my usual self where I never stop until I get there or simply collapse. Take or bishop d3? It's hard to remember. Okay, let's go bishop d3 and see what he does. f4 is what people usually play against me in blitz. And then I think a4 is an important subtlety to prepare bishop a3 and c5. Yeah. Sarambi from the US, an anonymous international master. I do look at the chat every now and then, by the way, if I didn't mention, and you can write messages. I don't have time in the 3-minute portion to actually react to all your messages, but yeah. Feel free to write them as if I will notice them. And please don't make any requests because it's tough enough as it is for openings that I don't normally play. Okay, he sacrificed a piece, which is interesting to say the least. He wants queen h4. I think h4 or h6 are good moves. I don't know which one is better. So I'll start with the one that's like closer to my mouse. Seems like almost a tempo. Wow, what is this? I want knight d4. Huh? Yeah, that's nice. Very deep move. Wow, I'm impressed. Excuse me for the sound effect. Okay. I can barely breathe. I'll shut it up for a moment.
Server announcement.
Let's shut it down. Hope it works. Alright, so he's threatening knight f3 and a bunch of other stuff. I guess bishop e3 makes sense. Now I'm threatening to castle long If he lets me, I think I'll be more than fine. So he should... Okay, he did let... but 92 check. I'll be less than fine. Less than perfect. Okay. Now king moves. King f1. That's scary. That's incredibly scary, but I have to do something. What am I missing? It doesn't look like I'm losing. But maybe I am. We'll see. Okay, queen here. Now queen h3 check.
Server
I
announcement.
have king g1. Okay, I'm rook up for the moment. It looks very scary, but... And I have no
Check.
time. Okay, I don't know where I prefer to go. Oh, if I go there, then rook g3 and knight f3. So, rook e3.
Check.
Okay.
Time
Oh
warning.
my god. This is bad news. Okay, let's go here. Knight b3. Queen b2. Okay. I think I'm okay.
Check.
For one more move. Oh man, he's so good.
Check.
Okay,
Check.
thank you.
Check.
Oh
Check.
no, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh my god, this was amazing. Amazing checkmate by my opponent.
Checkmate.
Wow.
Game
I'm impressed.
started.
Okay, let's keep on climbing. French defense. Honestly, it was a mouse lead, but I think I can still work things out in this opening. Bishop c2 is a weird move. What if I play queen b6? He wants knight b3. Okay, simply go a5 like I originally intended. And now taking queen b6. I don't see how he can defend the pawn other than knight b1, but knight b1 is a good move to have. So I'll play queen b6 immediately, which kind of makes a5 a waste of a move. Because now after knight b3 I'm not sure if I have anything better than c4. I had cd and a4 actually. Okay. Now the typical move would be queen c7. Don't know if it's a good move here, but e5 is a more important pawn, so let's take it. And coming up is this bishop f4 threat. a4, bishop f4, ab, bishop e5, b, c. I'm winning a piece, so it's a good idea to play it. And now if knight d4, that's a move I had missed. I thought I can play bishop c5, bishop d6, but here's knight b5. Okay, now I finally have to move the knight. I think I might be winning a pawn, but I might be losing after rook takes e6 and queen h5. Yeah, I think I'm losing, but he missed it. Okay, so Okay, let's bring some pieces. I don't know where to put my pieces, honestly. Knight f6, bishop g5 is annoying. I guess I better be annoyed than lost. Bishop g5, I'll just go h6. Yeah, I agree with the people in the chat. My opponent in the previous game created a brilliancy, sacrificing the rook and then putting pressure, and with such limited time, it was very impressive. So all those who ask the PGN, do it in the comments after the video. I'll paste it. Okay, so now that the bishops are exchanged, my knight on f6 is not that loose. And I can push e5, which looked good, but now I say knight b5 is slightly annoying. Okay, I can move the queen with tempo. This is also a move. And yes, bishop g4, but then queen moves, but queen d2. Okay, let's just go rook e8, keep it simple. I have a strong center. My bishop wants to go probably to the long diagonal.
Server announcement.
How do I protect it? Let's be creative with rook a5. So no threats for
Time warning.
Oh my god, already. Yeah, forget it's a 3-minute game. Okay, let's play quickly. Oh man, no. Blunder. Bishop d5. Okay, whatever. Bishop back and I'm losing a piece.
Check.
7 seconds. That's not a recipe for success. Okay, oh, my rook is hanging. Whatever. It's too late to apologize.
Check. Black forfeits on server announcement.
Time ran out faster than I thought. I was trying to play objectively with 1 second on the clock. Okay. It's not easy. Okay, if I want to have the chance, I better concentrate. Well, people are asking when I'm competing again. My next tournament will be in 1 week, not in 15 days. It will be in 1 week, and it's Gibraltar. And as I mentioned in the donation bar that you can see like around here, I guess, more or less around here. Yeah, the amount of expenses is roughly $1,000, and yeah, in most tournaments like this I've played, I didn't win a prize, so it's basically spending money in order to go to work. That's how I look at it. And well, it's an interesting situation. Some people won't say it makes a lot of sense, but I love my job so much that I'm willing to pay in order to work. So that's where you guys and girl come in. I give you the option to help me out to reimburse some of my expenses. And I gave 15 days as a random number because this will be the middle of the tournament. And honestly, when I wrote the actual time, I wasn't really aware of when the tournament starts. I knew it was at the end of January. So I think I randomly chose the 28th or something. Hey Jernav. Okay, let's attack. F7, so the bishop gets locked in on C8 in case he plays E6. He wants to play knight D7 and exchange the knights, but I don't see it as a problem. In fact, I don't think he has any annoying threat, so I'll go with this weird move H4 just as a measure against knight D7. Now queen C3, he has knight E4. Actually, he had knight E4 on the previous move as well. Need to be careful. Keep blundering. H4 felt silly, but yeah, now the point is that I have H5, and if G5, F4, and all my pieces suddenly participate in the attack on the king side. So it works almost perfectly. I'm not sure how to proceed though. I have some idea in mind, but it doesn't look like it works. Okay, so I'll play maybe rook f3, and then b6 and f6. So I guess I'll take first and then rook f3. Preparing h6 check. And then if he takes rook h3, queen h7, and so on. And he missed it.
Check.
So now he has to move back with the king. Okay, he's not losing. But it feels like I should have something. So I'll try to create a battery. Yeah, this attack was slightly poorly handled, but if f5 I have rook takes f5 at least. So bishop d3 is coming. He's going to have to play f6. And then I don't have any ideas. So hopefully we'll miss f5 with my time situation. What do you want? Okay. So rook f5 like this, turning rook f6 looks nice. I'm not sure if he can even prevent it. Wow, that's nice looking. Suddenly finding resources out of the blue. Okay, so... Oh, I had rook f8 intermediate move. Oh my god. So it was actually mate in 3. Oh god. Okay, I have to concentrate more. Okay.
Checkmate.
Whatever. This was a relatively interesting game. So instead of actually analyzing it, I'll just go through the most critical moment with the engine to see the opening. So up until here I know I played well, and now a3, bishop g3. Bishop e2 looks good as well. Yeah, b takes e3 is interesting, and now rook, queen b3. Looks like I'm playing very well, but yeah, here bishop d3, not bishop c4, knight e4. Yeah. And now bishop d3 again, yeah. I'm missing knight e4 was a bad move. And here it felt like I'm suddenly very close to winning, but maybe instead of h5, which was slightly premature, I should start... No, it was correct, wow. Okay, I just have to be precise. Fg and g4.
Game started.
That was really, really strong to stabilize my position, but very hard to understand in Blitz. Okay, so some mainline Queen's Gambit accepted. Can't say it's too familiar for me, but I'll take it. Feels like if I just put my bishop here, I'm having very nice attacking prospects with knight g5. But that's just my intuition, I don't know if I'm right. Feels like his squares on the king side are weak. Queen h5 is a big threat, queen f3. Yeah, this is a typical move. Now he has to take, I think. If g6, queen h6 prevents him from castling, and then it's not so nice. So if he takes, now I have the pair of bishops. And he cannot castle quite yet. He wants to take, I don't think so. So how about I go f4, f5 and see what he wants. Sacrificing a pawn, but he didn't even try to take it. f5. Yeah, it feels really challenging for him. Yeah, and of course if I take, he has g6, but I had something else in mind. I wanted to play e6 and open up the position in front of his king. And I'm basically sacrificing a pawn, but with my two bishops and his king in the center, it seems like it really is going to worth it. Okay, so line I'm calculating is g6, he takes f7, queen f7, queen e2, king f8, bishop h6, king g8, and his rook was out of the game. Short castle is a move I had missed, funnily enough, but I'm seeing an interesting resource with bishop f6 related ideas. I'm not sure how to unleash it.
Server announcement.
Let's start with this move and then bishop f6. Looking good. Also rook f5 and bishop f6 looks really nice with threatening queen h7. I'm not sure which one is better. Bishop f6 immediately strikes me as more precise. I don't know, but this brings another piece to the game of threatening f7, rook af1 is coming. After g6 I even have queen h6. It looks like it's game over. I mean, material is equal, but I have like 4 pieces. The 5th piece is about to enter the attack. Now bishop f6, threatening queen h7. And I don't think there is anything you can do about it. If it takes either of my heavy pieces, then I put the other one on g5 with checkmate. And queen h7 looks inevitable. So, finally, a good attacking game, not by my opponent. So, something to be proud of.
Black resigns.
Okay, let's check the opening. I think to this point I was right. Yeah. Knight f3. d5 was probably very strong right now. Yeah, after knight d7, but...
Server announcement.
I was slightly traumatized after the previous game, so I wanted to play the opening quickly. And knight g5, My intuition didn't fail me this time.
Game started.
Okay, overall a very good game, I have to say. Okay, so FIDE Master Skakik Agelast. Usually they want to exchange queens. I don't think I have the right to resist. But if he wants, I want him to take rather than forcing me to do so. 94 is coming next, unless he does this. I like keeping the tension. A good metaphor for it is like in nature, when two, let's say, animals who are facing each other for the first time create eye contact. The first one to release the tension and break the eye contact usually gives up the territory, so to speak. C4 looks like a good move, but I'm not sure if I like the structure afterwards. It's a big question. Okay, let's just develop. What's the worst that can happen if I just develop? Now, Rook A5 doesn't look very logical. Knight D4 is an interesting tactic in some cases. And then Knight takes D4, CD, Bishop D7, DE, but I need this bishop not to be hanging after FE, Knight D7, Bishop E7. He helped me out with this idea, but I don't know, Knight D4, Knight D4, CD, Bishop D7, D takes E3. Seems like it's working. And if Bishop D7, Knight F3, check. I think he missed it. Now he's a pawn down. His bishop is hanging. He has to take if he wants to have a chance to get it back. But I don't take on D7. I have D takes C3 intermediate move. I can take on E3, but I prefer to ruin his structure even more.
Check.
And have this bishop shut out. Let's actually exchange the bishop. With Bishop D6. That's a cool move. The bishop is indirectly protected by this 94 idea. And if I get to take him, then it will ruin his structure. Okay, now
check.
Okay, give a check. See what he does. Rook C8. He's probably going to play Rook C1. My idea was to double the rooks, so let's simply do it with Rook C5. And if he takes, it will fix my pawn structure. Why is he thinking so much about HG? It's not like he has a choice. Okay, double the rooks. Now he's taking. And actually then it's not so wise for me to take with the pawn. Or is it? Bishop E4? Okay. A pawn up, so I'll play the rook endgame if he wants me to. Ah, but this is bad. I didn't see this one coming. Okay, so I don't have time for Rook C7, unfortunately. So, and I don't want to defend passively. So I guess the option I have left is to put my pieces like this. Now he's gonna play rook b7. I don't have time. Oh man.
Time warning.
Okay, let's just exchange as many pawns as I can.
Check. Check.
I don't have any moves left. With 8 seconds, it should be a draw maybe, but hard to prove
Check.
in this time control.
Check. Check.
It's a pity. 1 second left. Okay, whatever.
Check.
I obviously don't have time.
Black forfeits on time.
Yeah, so I wonder what's the most precise way for a drawing here. I felt like bit takes c5 was not the way. So, but it is. Okay, now h5, rook d7.
Game started.
And then something. That's
Server
oh my god.
announcement.
I'm already beyond the time I said I would quit if I don't make it. But that's the usual scenario for me. This is main line. No. Principal line in the Benko. Knight f3, bishop b7. Both sides are trying to be as principled as they can. I think this is the time for me to pick up the pawn. I wasted the tempo with the bishop, so if a6 and I take, it doesn't have... actually I can just develop. In either way, if I'm gaining something by the pawn being on e4 because it doesn't get bishop takes f1. I actually feel like taking is a good idea because I have this bishop b5 check in mind, and now simply wanted to play bishop e2, recapture with the queen if he takes it, and I still maintain my right to castle, and I don't help him develop the knight to a6 with tempo. Okay, that's nice. You have to be faster in the opening. Pawn up, and unlike the usual Benko scenario, I gained something. Okay, rook e1. Let's play bishop d2. A typical move. And now knight b5 is the normal move. The structure that I want to get with the bishop on c3 and pawns on a4 and b3. He will move the queen backwards. I don't think he has a choice. And I want to stabilize my position. So knight c7 is his next move to come up. I don't have a good antidote against it, so I might as well attack the e7 pawn just to be annoying. I can go queen d8 or like this, but I thought that now I might have chances with e5. Knight takes d5, yeah. Okay, let's bring the knight to c4. That looks good actually, because I have a tempo. If knight c7, knight c4, queen b7, knight a5, and I'm getting to put my knight on c6. Okay, no threat for the moment. Let's just play. I guess he still wants knight c7. Okay. I want to put my queen on d3 and reinforce the b5 square. $46 left. Knight takes d6 looks like it works. Probably it doesn't. f6, but I don't know. Oh, even worse. Yeah, that's a pity. Okay, let's take it here. Try to complicate it as much as I can. I already had a pawn up, so this means I'll have 2 pawns on top of that one, so it's 3 for a piece. It's not that bad. 30 seconds is what I'm more concerned about. Yeah, all these complications. I hope he's gonna think for half a minute, but he doesn't. Okay, he's taking my rook. He's obviously winning. Oh my god, I had d6 check and dc with tempo.
Check.
But now I have this, which is a different form of tempo. Okay, let's take. The knight is hanging, the rook is hanging. I don't know, it's really weird. I'm lacking an exchange. And I'll be a pawn up for
Time warning.
I guess time is what counts at the end.
Check.
Oh no,
Check.
this is bad. Okay, let's try to get a 4 in there. Oh man. Okay, let's take it.
Check. Check.
Can I even
Check.
stop the pawn somehow?
Check.
Even try?
Check.
Okay, thank you.
Check.
1 second is not enough for me. Yes, so
Check. Check.
thank you.
Check. Check. White forfeits on
At
time.
least I have a somewhat drawish position.
Game started.
Alright. Let's just cross 2400 and call it a day. With the London system. Bishop f3 is a good move. But let's just go knight h3. To be more flexible. Now his bishop is committed to b7. If I play bishop f3 after d5, his bishop is still on c8. So this way I just get to play more actively. Now maybe wait a little bit, try to get my knight to f4. And f3. Simple chess. Okay. I don't know what's the best plan to punish this g5 attempt, but yeah, maybe there is none. Okay, let's go f4. It's not looking that great, but I have to do something. Exchange the bishop while I still can. I'll take with the g pawn if he lets me. I think he has to. Okay, he has queen c8. Yeah, I'm not playing my best chess today, but tonight, but at least I'm back to streaming after a couple of days. Decided being sick is not an excuse. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I want to double the rooks, or the heavy pieces, should I say. He's running g4, and this pawn also. I can ignore both for the moment. Not a wise idea, but yeah, who said I have to be wise? Okay. If I take Queen f3, I have
Check.
to go for it. Now King f1, so he doesn't take g3 with check. It's probably gonna take it anyway. Then still don't have a serious move going for me. Let's go King e2. But then Queen f3 again. That's annoying. I guess he's gonna take it either way, so let's just go for the attack. A lone knight in the attack. Knight c7, knight e6. Okay. Probably doesn't work, but I think I can take on c8 and take on a8 next. I even have knight e6, intermediate move.
Check.
Looks like a very nice intermediate move, to be honest. Because with king f7 I have knight g5 check. I'm probably completely lost, but after rook h2 I probably should resign. Yeah. I'm just getting mated. With no chances. Okay. Save you the sound effects. I'm just trying to search for last chances. Now I actually see that the g2 square is covered. Wow. Okay, I could have continued. All along
Check.
I thought queen g2
White
was
forfeits
checkmate.
on time.
Still winning for black, but not that forcing. Curious about the opening. I mean, till here it felt like I was better, slightly better. And then bishop g3 and now g5. Okay. Something about this position feels a bit odd for me. Like the way black plays is a little bit too aggressive. Yeah. Bishop d3. What's the point? a3 and f4. And then push e4 later. I guess that's the way. Okay, I guess another approach would be to go bishop g3 in advance to avoid h6, g5.
Game
Okay.
started.
Another game. Let's cross 2400 again. This is the game Carlsen versus Vachier. Now e5 castles, ef. This is not the game Carlsen Vachier. Okay, let's go e4 and see what he does. Now he's having a hard time to finish his development, so even though he took my bishop and ruined my structure, feels like he should be punished, so I'll do my best to prove it. Queen d3 de looks really bad for him. Let's take and bishop h3. c3 is the move I predict, but oh, even better. Now I can play rook e8, I think. Yeah, now he's castling long. This is... something went wrong for me in this process. Okay, I have f5, but rook bishop takes b7. Oh my god. Somehow I'm completely lost. At least it feels this way. Okay, let's go knight c6.
Check.
Taking a pawn. Bastardo. Okay. I think taking the pawn was slightly too much, but I guess we'll see. a3 was the point.
Check.
And I do not see a good follow-up. So let's play a regular bad move. The average bad move. He's threatening checkmate, but if I go f6 I think I have a double threat. Oh, but then he takes on c6. I see. Okay, I'm gonna do it anyway. Now knight e5, threatening both on h6 and knight c4. He lets me go knight c4.
Time warning.
No time. Yeah. Queen e3 was probably the best move, but with 15 seconds I can't afford to exchange queens.
Check.
Oh god.
Check.
Holy guacamole. Yeah, that's lost.
Check. Black forfeits on time.
Okay, I'm very slow today. Let's cross 2400.
Game started.
Okay. Okay, the mic is working. Nice. This is a famous repetition if you went knight b5, bishop e6, but thankfully he didn't. Now, this is the drawing move. I hoped he wouldn't take Sometimes they play bishop e3 or something. I don't remember the theory, but let's just improvise. This looks really terrible for white. Why would you do that? Why would you give up an exchange? Aha. Because you analyzed it. Oh god. Still a draw, I would say. Hey, he has rook ad1 if rook d4. That's deep.
Server
Okay, rook
announcement.
e8 takes. Moves. Still a draw. Draw all the same. Yeah, it's kind of threatening my pawn. But I can land the bishop on f3, which is potentially annoying for him. Only problem, he did it first. So let's attack the bishop. Well, I still can. That's dangerous. That's as dangerous as it gets. But feeling fine. Oh, now check and rook e3.
Check.
Okay. Then rook e4. Then rook. So, oh, whatever.
Check.
He wants to make a draw. That's a dead draw.
Draw offered.
He's one of those. He wants to flag me. These people
Game drawn.
who try to flag in
Game
such positions,
started.
They are in a very low place. And I do it sometimes, so myself included in that criticism. Alright. Checkmate. Threat. Feels like I'm lost again. Okay, let's prevent this knight d5 annoying move and go with my bishop on c3. Put my rook on e1 and hope for the best. Aha. The best ain't gonna come. Knight c6, rook b7, c5, nothing. But then I have d5. Okay, let's try. Let's try. Rook c6, bishop c6, bishop c4 is probably the move, because if queen c6... Oh no, he has knight h5 and then queen f3. Okay. If queen c6 I have queen b8 check, the rook on b8 is hanging, so... yeah. Feels like I have my chances, my fair share. But now d5, knight d5 is something I suddenly spot. cd5, bishop c3. And I'm getting checkmated. That's a pity. Oh man. So how about I be greedy all the way with knight takes a5. That's a new level of greediness. Wow. Oh man. I'm so sick that even sneezing hurts at this point. Okay, whatever. He wants to take on c4, so I'll go c5. All right. Taking all the material that I can. Seems like I'm somehow not lost yet. By some miracle. I'm not quitting. I'm going to Gibraltar. I have to be well prepared mentally. And hopefully financially. Okay, bishop b5, preventing queen a6. Okay. I got you, buddy. Queen b6. Queen. Yeah, let's exchange some queens. Don't we?
Check.
Oh no.
Time warning.
Fortunately, I'm
Check.
not made it yet. My position seems legit.
Check. 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 Black forfeits on time.
This is close to checkmate, I would say.
Check.
Yeah, queen e5 checkmate was slightly
Check.
more precise in this position.
Check.
And f3 here. Here is a nice variation. f3, f6,
Game
queen e5
started.
check, fe, queen e5 checkmate. Okay. $2,400, here we go.
Server announcement.
Wants to go knight h4. Knight d5 almost traps the queen. h6, g5. Okay, I'm going for it. Don't care. I don't care if it even... Oh no, it does trap the queen. The knight actually covers g5. Well done, my friend. Somehow on move 10 you trapped your own queen. House Morgan from Brazil. Anonymous. Okay, Chris, it's a deal. If I drop below 2300, if I drop from 2300, I'll take some rest. Oh, my opponent is writing some insults on the chat while he gives me all of his pieces.
Check.
Try to get the fastest checkmate as possible. Okay, try to focus as hard as I can, but please people, if I do cross 2400, for my bit of efforts, try to do your best to support me. At least one of the many thousands who will watch this video. This should be you. Don't think the other thousands will do it for you. They won't. I mean, if I don't receive enough support for this tournament, I might not. I'm probably going to consider not traveling to the next one, even though I decided I'm gonna spend $20,000 in 2018. Either way, I'm having my doubts. I'm having some doubts. It's a good strategy when I play like this. So for now, I'm committing that I will to myself that I will go to Gibraltar and the European Championship, which both are around $1,000 each. My opponent seems
White
to
forfeits
be very
on
willing
time.
to waste all of our time. I should have analyzed the opening in the meantime, but I was focused on talking. So, knight bd7 is an interesting move to be more flexible than castling, less flexible than castling, but well prepared against c4, so I can take and go knight b6. The normal move here is knight a3 and knight b6, knight takes c4, which is more or less equal. Then he tried to get the pawn back like this, but then after bishop f5, suddenly his queen feeling slightly uncomfortable. He went queen c3. Now probably should have gone to e1, but he blundered. And now he's calling me names. Let's see. Someone is asking in the chat if I'm going to compete in Gibraltar if I make the $1,000. The answer is that I'm going to compete Gibraltar either way. The question is whether I'm gonna, let's say, spend or invest the other $738 on my own, or my loyal viewers will help me out, and this way I'll be able to go to another expensive tournament, for example the Grenke Chess Classic, not the Classic but the Open, which is the biggest chess tournament of the year by quantity, as far as I can tell. More than 1,000 participants. I played last year, and around April there have been some videos also.
Game started.
Another one that comes to mind is the Isle of Man, which is I have like the Beale Chess Festival, but in order to play them all I'm gonna need to either make money, which is also on the agenda at some point, or to simply ask you kind people to help me out. I like the Patreon approach, which is a monthly basis, but for some reason I don't think it works for me when I try to send people messages, all my supporters. So I shifted to the live streaming way of life. Let's see, 70 points away. I can do it if I don't blunder the exchange. Whoops, too late. Oh no, I gave a pawn as well. Just gave up another pawn. Okay, I guess I have rook b1. Exchange down. Let's get a4, a5 in there. Yeah, playing terribly. Put the knight on c5. With or without taking on e4, I'm not sure. Okay, let's do it immediately. This way b7 might be weak. So now my idea is to put a rook on b6. I don't think I'm that much worse anymore. Of course I am, but not as much. Oh no, I kind of helped him out this last move of mine. Okay, so I need to put my bishop on g2. And then if f4 is coming either way, I guess. So yeah, Terrible. Let's go this and rook d3 and hope to struggle somehow. That's terrible. Je tremble. F3. I don't even know what I can do. Let's attack b7, pretend to do something. Actually, I should have played queen d1 to prevent rook h7.
Time warning.
Okay, whatever.
Check. Check. Check.
Am I winning? Did I just give him checkmate out of the blue with 6 seconds on the clock? Oh my god. He has no squares for the king. He's getting mated.
Checkmate.
Oh my god. So lucky. Oh my god. Oh, I feel bad for Junior Pov from Canada. Completely outplayed me throughout the game. Oh god. Luck is a residue of design. Okay, come on. Just a little bit more. I believe I can climb. Just need to be able to breathe from my
Game
nose.
started. Server announcement. Check.
King d8 is a funny little move.
Check.
No, it's too much. It's too much. Okay, still, this is fine for me. If I play bishop e4, queen h4, use f4. Or queen f3. Okay. Queen h4. Queen d6. No. How about simply playing rook e8, waiting for him to show his hands. And now I have the tempo because b2 is hanging and he just made a mistake. And e4 is also slightly hanging. Let's just be a little bit more adjusted with the clock right there. Okay, g6 next, almost no matter what he does. Excuse me. Queen c6 looks nice. Protecting the rook on e8, preparing bishop takes f4 and threatening queen takes g2, checkmate. Bishop e4, bishop takes f4, bishop c6, rook e2, rook d8 is checkmate. So I should play the opposite colored bishop endgame. Wow, bishop b1 looks like a good move. Very sexy move. Attacking a2. Shiro style. Bishop b1. Wow, this move is like funny. Unfortunately, yeah, now he still managed to run away. I'm getting too excited. Okay, I think this is still winning.
Check.
I have to play with 28 seconds, so that's a good idea. Play quickly. Now bishop a5 is a precise move. And then bishop f1. Now I get a5 in, which cannot harm. And let's put this here.
Time warning.
Yeah, I guess a5 is not really doing much, but what I can do is
Check.
get a4 in there. Thank
Check.
you, sir. Fell for my only trap in the position. I guess traps is all I have left. I don't get why they don't want to resign in some cases. I guess they don't realize I'm streaming, but still. Why not be sportsman like when you can?
White forfeits on time.
Okay, to this point it feels like I was right. And now d5, ed.
Check.
Queen f6, rook, d8 makes sense. If castles, I was afraid of queen d2. Knight c5 was not a good move. But what after e4? Long castle, oh. Of course. Yeah, rook d8 was bad. I could have castled long, simply. Okay, but this queen e5, bishop c5 and take on b2, slightly too materialistic for my
Check.
taste. I like this approach. Now rook e8 was not the best move, queen c7 was better with f5 after g3. but I like the approach of not forcing my hand, so that I can induce a mistake from him. If he plays f4, bishop c7, I'm slightly
Game
better.
started.
Rook d1, queen c7, and I immediately won a pawn. Alright. As quickly as I can. 49 points to go. This is a weird move. He's threatening knight takes d5, that's his only point. So now that there's no pin, I don't even get what he wanted after bishop f4. Maybe knight takes d5, but doesn't make sense, bishop e5. In any case, rook e5 was baloney's. Okay, let's ask the rook politely to go away. And he does. Now that's a terrible position for black. And thank you. What's that all about? Okay, he threatens my knight, and if he moves, he will take my bishop, but I have bishop takes d6, threatening the knight on c7, and now I'm a piece and a pawn up.
Black resigns.
Okay. 3 more points closer to my goal. Okay, sorry if a game starts, I'm gonna lose some seconds and I'll be back quickly. Shortly.
Server announcement. Game started.
Working? Okay. Nice.
Check.
Queen b4. Aha! Interesting. Feels like I wasn't very precise in the opening, but still. Now after e5 I'm kind of okay. Or not. Oh god, this is bad.
Check.
Yeah, this person is killing me. Wow, Shachar Mesika. That goes way back.
Check.
Even had me losing my concentration here for a moment, but worry not, it's not like I could have prevented this move. Okay, let's see.
Check.
Yeah, completely lost, but why don't we try to exchange queens for a moment to establish, and I can lose on time rather than on the position. Oh, actually, oh man, bishop e7 is coming. It's much worse than I thought. I'm
Check.
losing the full piece.
Time warning.
Seriously, I'm gonna think about bishop takes f6. Why would you think? It's a weird point to
Check.
stop and think.
Check. 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 Black forfeits on time.
He gave me
Check.
the rook for a moment.
Check.
With 1 second it was a bit beyond me. Something about this opponent is frustrating me. By the way, if Shachar is still watching somehow, you have no Facebook, man, so why don't you show yourself somewhere? It's a good idea.
Game started.
That's the whispering, no whispering. How do you call it in English? Forgot. Oh, I have a blackout of how you call it in English. Whistling, not whispering, yeah. So that was a whistling of banning someone from my channel. That's my banning whistle. Oh, that's a pity. Bishop e5, oh no. It's only getting worse. Oh, that's even more annoying.
Check.
Okay, what's the material balance? Exchange for a few pawns. Two pawns. Seems like black is better, even significantly better because of my king situation. Let's exchange the knight, which is his strongest piece. Knight f5 is what I would play if I were black, to avoid the exchange. Now rook d1. Rook e1 is another option. Yeah, let's try to generate some counterplay before I lose. Okay, I think it's a good idea to exchange some pieces.
Check.
Huh. His rook is trapped. Suddenly it looks like I have very serious counterplay out of the blue. Really out of nothing. I'm suddenly very close to winning because of this A pawn. Very proud of my opponent's mistakes. Now A7 and queen takes E4. Okay.
Check. Check.
Okay, 7.
Check.
Almost took drunk. Okay.
Black resigns.
Yeah, with the rook up, it's almost too easy. Okay, come on. Just a little bit longer, I can make it.
Game started.
Okay, time for E4. This looks terrible for black, but I might be wrong. I guess we'll see. He almost trapped, or did he already trap his bishop? I'm not sure. Bishop d4, e5 is coming next. So bishop h6 first, and then knight c3, no, then this. So if he's gonna go e5 anyway, let's just develop the knight, and rook ad1. Knight b5 even, looks really nice. Ah, but bishop f5, okay, queen c4. Bishop on d4 is trapped, and his position is very... oh, it's not trapped. Okay, whatever. Should have put it on d2, I guess. But then c5 is where it hangs. Okay. Let's say I made a calculated pawn sack, and now I'm playing for compensation. Okay, bishop e5, d6. I take d6 either way, and pawn down. But seems like I have some good stuff going for me as compensation. Can win a piece. I'll take it, why not? Time to resign. Wants to continue for some reason. I think it's about time for him to resign.
Black forfeits on time. Game started.
I should do the winds of change whistle to mark the people I ban. I don't know how it sounds with the microphone though. Castling was probably better, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Either way, my knight is on b8, so I'm doing well. There is a famous line when the knight is on c6 that after knight takes c3, he goes bishop c4, and it's my bishop is still on f8. This one should be good. I mean, equal. Okay, 47 more points. Let's see. What can I do? Oh, he wants to bring his bishop to either b5 or d1. Okay. Well, this is not necessarily stopping him, but if bishop b5, at least I have bishop c8, and yeah, queen b5 is better. My idea was that now I have bishop b3, but I don't know how effective it is at stopping his threats. Probably not so much. Oh my god, he's trapping my knight? No, okay, let's go back. Should have my chances, my fair share of chances here. 27 seconds against the Grandmaster.
Time warning. Check. Check. Check.
Thank you.
Check. 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 Check.
All right.
Checkmate.
Was in time. That wasn't bad. All right. Brought me 17 points closer. All right. 2370. On my way to the top side of the 2400. Okay, just need to win a couple of more and then I can finally get some rest. Oh my god, it's so late.
Server announcement.
Come on. One more game. Let's go through this opening real quick. Feels like here knight takes d5 was good, yeah. Knight c3. Like every move was good enough except bishop e6. Yeah, now knight a5. And then only some queen c7, bishop e6. Or queen c7 immediately. I completely missed that b7 was hanging. And then, yeah. Knight
Game
c4.
started.
I don't know. Somehow I managed to survive and even win. But this was thanks to my opponent's mistakes. I was obviously losing. That's when I had this position in my analysis for the first time. It was a novelty. This t5 move is suggested by the computer. The point is knight d5, bishop e6. And this looks really good for black. Material is equal, but yeah. My opponent can't castle quite yet, and castling long is kind of ruined because of this exchange of the c-pawns. Okay, of course you're probably still going to castle long, but it's not as powerful as it's supposed to be. Okay, knight d4 feels strong even though he has knight e5, but I feel like after queen e6 and exchanging on g4 should be good for me. Okay. Oh, this looks really interesting. Let's see. I don't know if it works, but I think about winning an exchange. Ah, no, he has bishop e3. Yeah. He's gonna play bishop e3 next anyway. So I better do something against his center. Before it's too late. I really hope some people will offer their support once I cross 2400. Did he just miss bishop takes d4? Sure seems like it.
Check.
He wants rook g1. But it's not so scary. Queen d8 is a good little tempo. Also bishop f5. Pinning the knight. And if rook g1 then queen f6. And everything is protected. Pawn up. f3 is a weakness for the moment. Just need to develop the last piece. If queen d5, simply king h8. Queen b7, rook b8 and b2 is going to be checkmate.
Check.
So we can't get the pawn back. Now this pawn I don't want to give up, so I'm gonna go queen f7 and develop my rook. It seems to me like this knight is slightly annoying, so let's get rid of it. Rook lift. Oh, but I allowed the rook f1. It was unnecessary. But at least I have rook g6 there. Okay, let's go h5. Now it seems like I'm the one with the initiative and the time advantage.
Check.
This is checkmate, right? Yeah, queen b3, rook a1.
Check. Check. White resigns.
Nice. With b3 I had queen f2, checkmate. Alright. 5 points closer. So this was an interesting opening. Already better for black. Knight c6, queen g6. Yeah, now bishop b6. Funny move. h6 and f5 straight away. No need for the nonsense. Or just bishop e6. Yeah, bishop g4 was slightly premature. Now bishop takes f3 and knight e5 is a very greedy yet effective way to play. Turning both knight takes d3 check because g5 is hanging and knight takes f3. That's a very computerish way to win a pawn. And this d4 is not even a mistake. Wow, it was the best move according to the engine.
Check.
At some point.
Check.
Okay. Bishop g6 was so much better than taking, obviously. But I got a bit excited there for a moment.
Check.
Yeah.
Check.
Overall,
Game
a very good
started.
game. Okay, let's go. 25 more points to go. What if I go e5 now? I don't get it. He played like 3 moves with pawns on the queen side instead of developing, and now I think he's going to pay the price. I guess knight h5 is the principal move, but not like this. Now d6, and there's a big question mark on black's strategy. So let's go. Just need to finish my development. So let's reinforce. No, actually knight d4. Simply knight d4. Yeah, take on c6. And finish my development. He lets me castle. Okay. He wants to go queen h4 and bishop c5. I guess I shouldn't have allowed it. I should have taken, but then rook g8. Okay. The key is to not be afraid. King h1.
Server announcement.
Now this knight is annoying, so I'll try to fight it. He wants to go h4, knight g3 check. Knight g3 check immediately also looks challenging for me, so if I go here, yeah, this is suddenly looking terrible. Ah man, how about I just give up the exchange? Or even, yeah, okay. Seems like I should have compensation. And now I don't even have to give up material. A4 is a good looking move. I don't know what he's threatening, so let's ignore it. Okay, he lets me take. I don't know if he saw my idea, but looks like a good trade for me. Now my bishop is active. He's not threatening much. I'll go king h2 to prepare knight g5, so knight g3 doesn't come with check later. Okay, he wants to take the exchange, but this looks far more dangerous than the exchange. I wanted to give up the exchange for nothing earlier. Now I'm getting so much for it. Or at least so it seems. Now if he takes on f7, I have bishop f7, queen c4. Ah, but king g6. Okay.
Check.
I'm gonna go for it anyway. And let's just take it. Piece down, but I have some pieces. Queen d3.
Check.
Queen f5. I can repeat moves for a start, but I'm not sure that I want.
Time warning.
Probably I don't. He doesn't as well. Okay. Oh no, it's a check.
Check.
Oh my god, bishop d6 was check and he found it.
Check.
Fortunately, oh my god, how do I checkmate?
Check.
It's not easy
Check.
to find a checkmate here.
Check. Check.
Okay, but this is winning. Oh my god.
Check. White
Come
forfeits on time.
Oh my god, that was a painful loss.
Check.
b1.
Check.
Yeah, this is a tough
Check.
way
Check.
to search for a forced
Check.
checkmating sequence. Yeah,
Check.
with 1 second.
Check.
Okay, so let's see. Before I bid for another game, I want to quickly see what happens. Here, e5 looks right. a4 now, yeah, obviously.
Server announcement.
a4 immediately. Even better. Yeah, this was not precise. Even though it was a very funky position, it gave him some unnecessary counterplay. Yeah, and here I wanted to give the exchange, which was good for him, and he didn't exploit. Bishop d5 was much better. Now queen d3 was just game over.
Check.
Turning queen f5. Knight h8, oh god. So nice. Should not miss moves like this. And queen d3, wow!
Check.
So just a perpetual.
Check. Check. Check.
Yeah.
Check.
Wow, what a game.
Game started.
Many interesting games taking place. Okay. Okay, let's focus. We can't afford to lose every time I get closer. Oh no, I keep falling for this. It's a well-known trick. Is going to be 5. I don't know if I can exchange sack or not, but I want to try. Now a3 is hanging. Feels like otherwise I would be slightly worse. Possible that I had bishop e4, but it felt much more dangerous than this. Even if this is losing for me objectively, I would have practical chances, and I think it's only slightly worse. Yeah, bishop f5 was a bad move. I confused it with the queen b3 c4, queen c2 line. Yeah, this looks terrible. Okay, not that terrible. Not that terrible. I have a pawn. I have some activity going. Okay, let's go. King e7 I think is my next move. Excuse me. Not sure. Okay, let's put it on d7. And if I take, that's the question. What is the point for him? Because now I have bishop d3. Oh, knight c6, bishop c4. Aha. Okay, let's put the knight here. See what he does. For the moment, turning knight takes. No, I'm not. Not turning anything. Maybe bishop b2. Okay, now I can take. Also go bishop b2 immediately. can even take on f4. I think taking on f4 makes the most sense. But he has knight takes e6, obviously. What if I go knight d3? Knight f4. I guess we'll soon find out. Knight f4. And I don't get the exchange. No, but now it just gave me a piece for nothing. That was ridiculous.
Check. Check.
Oh God.
Time
I
warning.
can't believe I completely ruined it. Just like that.
Check.
So easily.
Check.
He has so much time.
Check. Check. Server announcement. Check. 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 Black forfeits on time. Check. Check.
It's weird. On the notation it says that he played h5, but then on the board I see rook f4. Well, I guess this is a good time for me to take a rest. I'm going to struggle with this 3-minute pull.
Nothing in this life will come for free, so get out your wallet, shake your dollars with me. I need a dollar. A dollar is what I need.
Thank you. Scott Reginald donated $8. Just became a patron. You got me into chess and helped me get from 700 to 1400 in 2 months. Thanks a lot, Tal. I appreciate it. I was just about to end the stream before your lovely message and contribution. And I'm even more eager to end the stream now with the good note that we have here. So I'm not giving up. I'm a fighter, and I'm going to keep on trying on my next stream, and I'll come probably healthier and with more energy on an earlier time of the day. So without further ado, I hope you all enjoyed this stream, and I want to thank you all very much for watching. And if you didn't enjoy, I hope you at least learned something from it, and if you want to learn some more, then keep watching the next videos. Keep Batsinok.
אלברט מרחוב סומסום שיפגר קרן, מה אתה מדבר גם? מה היה הפרק הבא? מה קיפי בצינור? מה אתה אומר? אופני שחרר אותי, אני על קוצים! אני עם כיפות, אני הולך לעשות שירים עם החברה. זה סדרה לילה. דרמה רצינית אני אומר לך, ספור. איך יכול להיות דרמה רציני אם הביאו את אלברט מרחוב סומסום שיפגר קרן, מה אתה מדבר גם? מה היה הפרק הבא? מה קיפי בצינור? מה אתה אומר? אופני שחרר אותי, אני על קוצים! אני עם כיפות, אני הולך לעשות שירים עם החברה. זה סדרה לילה.
קיפי בצינור.